She scours New York's flea markets, collecting heirlooms, and then tracks down the rightful owners or descendants to return the items at no cost. How cool is this? Chelsey Brown, heirloom hunter and author, joins us this morning. It's so nice to talk to you, Chelsey.
Thanks for having me.
What made you want to do this?
Well, my dad is a genealogist, so growing up, I would see him help families from all around the world for free, helping them with their ancestry. And so that's always been really special to me. And as a decorator, I am naturally always at the flea market. And it would always break my heart when I would pass a box full of family heirlooms, like photo albums, portraits, postcards, because those items should be with their rightful families and not just sitting in some box. So one day I just decided to use what my dad taught me and see if I can trace an item back. And I was able to. And since then, I've just never stopped.
I love that you do this. I also love going to flea markets and antique stores. And these items, they do seem so personal. So connecting them with the rightful owners is really amazing. How do you do some of the research that goes into this?
So it really depends on each item, right? Because each item is so different. Each family is so different. I use everything from census records to obituaries, work directories. But I think the most helpful tool that I use is myheritage.com. They have access to millions and millions of records, and their website is so easy to navigate. If you want to start doing your own genealogy, or you even want to start doing what I do and helping return some of these items to families, I highly recommend them.
So once you find out who it belongs to, is it difficult to track down these family descendants?
It really depends. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes I have to message people on Facebook. Sometimes it takes months for them to respond. And sometimes people just don't respond at all not because they don't want to, but because they haven't seen the message. It really just depends on the family. But I will say I haven't reached out to someone who hasn't wanted an item, and that says something.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure you have done so much of this, connecting people with their past, but do you have any that really stand out to you? Any favorite things that you helped bring back into someone's lives?
That's such a hard question because I really love everything I return. But I have to say I have a sweet spot for the love letters, especially the love letters from, the late 1800s. It reminds me of being in Jane Eyre, But yeah, those are my favorites because you learn a lot about the families. And I always find that when I return love letters, the descendants are so grateful because they're learning about for example, their great-great-grandmother and a lover she had before her grandfather. I mean, love letters tell you a lot about a person.
Oh, just so interesting, and something that doesn't really happen as much today. Maybe something we should all get back to doing. Chelsey, thank you so much for everything that you do and for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.